watching this presentation video is doing fine, and may we all always be in Allah's protection, inshallah. So my name is Alisa, and today I will be representing my team members to do a presentation regarding a case study which tells us about Ali's first experience of training. So before I start the presentation, I would like to introduce and also thank my fellow team members who have done their utmost best and also give their best in completing this case study. So here are my team members, and we have a total of 6 of them, including myself, Alisa binti Ahmad Kamarudin, and we have Farid Iskandar bin Muhammad Shafi, Hidayah binti Ghazali, Nurida binti Ayub, Nur Azim binti Muhammad Suhaimin, and also last but not least, we have Juliana binti Muslim. Without further ado, I will be introducing about the topic that we are discussing today. Okay, so human resource management is defined as an activity found in organizations, whether they are business or service orientation, large or small. So, moving on to the next point. Okay, so what do we know before the case study? Okay, so before analyzing the case study, the majority of people, they perceive human resource management as a way of managing people in the organization, but when in fact it is actually far beyond that. It is the development and implementation of a system in an organization for attracting, developing, and also retaining a high performing workforce. Okay, and the second point is, what is the significance behind the case study? Okay, so the significance behind the case study is that it is to go more in depth of the issue that were mentioned, because it is closely related to human resource management and how the problems can affect the organization if it's not handled correctly. And in this case study, what seems to be a trivial thing is, and also often neglected, is actually important, and it gives a huge impact to the organization. So it is really important for us to understand the problem and also come up with effective solutions. And the third point is, what do we find out after the case study? Okay, so by carrying out the case study, we can understand more about the importance of a systematic approach to organizing training programs, and also improve our knowledge on how we should handle it should any issue arises. Next, I would like to highlight the issues or problem addressed in the case study. So the first one is the details are provided about the program. Number 2, the training place is unhygienic and uncomfortable. Number 3, training participants are accustomed of not being punctual, as well as the training facilitators. Number 4, the training facilitator did not take care of his appearance, where his appearance are untidy, sloppy, and also unpresentable. Number 5, the presentation of the training facilitators is not clear, and also it is difficult to hear. Number 5, the training facilitators decided to only go with the flow and does not prepare his presentation beforehand. And number 7, they did not provide any break time, which later results in the lack of energy and enthusiasm of the participants. Number 8, the training facilitators is not flexible and also did not ask for the participants' feedback after the training is being done. And lastly, the training facilitator, he lacks in creativity, and he does not diversify his method of presenting. Okay, so moving on to the next point, we are going to highlight the mistakes of the company when organizing the training program. So the first point is they did not set a target to be achieved. Number 2, there are no preparations are done or whatsoever, because as mentioned in the article, there are no notes or reference material were provided. Number 3, they are inefficient in time management, which are, for an example, the employee themselves come late to the training. And number 4, the program does not run smoothly. Number 5, the company did not done any background check or screening of the training facilitator before they hire him to run the training. And number 6, they did not carry out a satisfactory appraisal or survey after the training. And last but not least, they also did not provide any break times for the employee. Okay, next, we are going to discuss about the weakness of the training facilitator. So number 1, his appearance is untidy and also unprofessional. So if we look at this matter psychologically, the first 7 seconds are very important to build people's confidence to keep hearing of what is to be conveyed, and it comes from a clean and tidy appearance. So if we look messy or sloppy, people will not be interested to hear what we are going to say or even look at us. And number 2, the communication between the training facilitators and also the participants is unclear and very tedious. And number 3, there are no variations in learning methods and is only done theoretically. Yes, he does not show the participants or demonstrate to them how to do this and that, so it is very unclear. And number 4, there is no feedback taken from the participants. So when Ali asked the training facilitator a question, he answered him back with a question, which is not good and also not a correct way of how you should answer a question. Because when someone asks you a question, you should answer them with an answer instead of a question. And at number 5, he is unable to evaluate the level of acceptance and understanding of the participants. And number 5, the training facilitators is poor in time management. Well, the proof is he come late to the training. And last but not least, the training facilitator is impatient in a way that he took everything too seriously, and he is also not good humored. Okay, so here are the causes and consequences. So number 1, employee will keep on making the same mistake over and over again of not managing their time well if there are no actions taken by the company. Number 2, this kind of ineffective training will just waste the time of the company and also the employee, and it will result in no improvement in employees' knowledge, and also employee will unable to develop their potential. Number 3, the unhygienic environment will cause infection and also affect the mood of the employee in a bad way. Because when we go to a dirty place and also an unhygienic place, we will feel something is wrong, like in a way that we don't feel good about it. So it is very important to provide a hygienic place and also keep the place clean always. Okay, number 4, the company cannot maintain its level of productivity and progress, and and also they will unable to increase their profit and loss may incur. And number 5, the satisfaction rate among employee will be low. And the last point is employee will be unable to develop their new skills due to this ineffective training. Okay, so let's see what do we have for the suggested solutions. Number 1, a memo should be complete in a way that it must have the purpose of the training, program outline, date, time, venue, and also the duration of the training. Number 2, employer should discipline their employees, especially in terms of punctuality. Number 3, they must set up and prepare the venue for training program before it starts. Number 4, trainers should look presentable to show good example to the participants. Number 5, trainers should prepare themselves and plan well for the program and make it fun for the participants. And number 6, they should provide a break time or at least 2 breaks if the duration of the training is 3 hours. If the duration of the training is more than that, then they should provide more break times to make sure that the participants are fresh and does not feel sleepy. Okay, moving on to the next point, we are going to discuss on the suggestions that we have talked about just now. Okay, so point number 1, a training memo should consist of the complete details of the training. So this is to create the awareness among the participants and also their respective departments. HODs should be made aware that their employees are not available during the training period. By providing the program outline, the learners are able to prepare some work-related challenges or problems to raise during the training and gather feedback from other learners for the matter. Okay, second point, training can come from internal or external engagement. However, in both cases, time management is very crucial because it reflects the character of a person. In the case study, the learners are supposedly taught on how to close sales. In any way, a salesperson should portray good value of themselves, which include on being on time or being punctual. So when you lead by example, you create a picture of what's possible. Or people can look at you and say, well, if you can do it, I can do it too. But when you lead by example, you can make it easy for others to follow you, and the trainer should carry the professional image by being presentable. Okay, the third point, the organizer or training committee should provide a clean and comfortable space for the training to be conducted. So most companies will arrange the training at hotel or conventions, depending on their budget. If the training were to be conducted in the office meeting room, it should have been set up so that it's suitable for the session. Okay, and the last point is, there is no doubt that preparations consume a lot of time, from materials, instruction, scripts, and also the group games. The trainer should diversify his or her training materials so that the participation and involvement of the learners can be maximized. And the environment also should be neutral so that all learners can accept and digest the training completely. And also, other than making the training fun, short break is also essential to ensure that all learners is refreshed and does not feel sleepy during the training session. Okay, finally, we are going to discuss about the conclusion. So the first point is effective training is based on sound learning principles. The learner must want to learn because adults cannot be forced to learn. They must want to learn, and they need to understand the relevance of the training material, which is related to their job. And training module also should be exciting and interesting, and trainers who are creative in diversifying method of delivering the information and carrying out the training will be able to spark the interest of the participants. In this way, the learning process can be maximized. Secondly, feedbacks or knowledge of results tells you what you achieve by an action, process, or performance. Okay, at the same time, the more feedback is given to us, the more we can improve, because only then we are able to identify our mistakes and learn from them. Moreover, feedback is considered an important element of motivation, learning, and performance improvement through survey form after completion of the training. And additionally, performance-based surveys were proposed and deserve an allowance for trainer. And the last point is learning must be fun. Okay, to see the effectiveness of an exercise is to see its trainee having fun in training. The more people enjoy, the more knowledge succeeded in attracting conveyed by the trainers. However, the fun in training becomes serious in business. And today we can see there are many training centers established for employees, whether from individual or group of companies.